Greetings, everybody. I am the Crypto Crow, and tonight I want to talk about crypto security, because this is obviously becoming it's always been a big deal, but I feel like with so many newcomers to the space, you guys need to understand how best to keep yourselves secure, okay? Now, one example that I want to give you, and this is one of the reasons that I just got out of the bath, and of course in the bath I'm reading articles. It's pretty much all I do, and this is one that I found today. B-Token ICO stung by $1 million phishing scam. And so before I get into this, basically I want to show you guys. So for me personally, obviously I deal with my own portfolios, and I've been dealing with others. The computer that I use for all my stuff, I do not use for sending and receiving crypto transactions. So if I'm logging into a wallet and sending money somewhere, I am not connecting using my main laptop. Okay, like I bought it was $260. It's literally this laptop. Its only purpose is to handle my wallets, okay? In addition to that, I don't keep my wallets on the laptop. Where do I keep my wallets? I keep 4 backups, and I brought some of them down here to show you. So this is one backup, little SanDisk. I think this is a 64. This is only a 16 gig. This is a 16 gig USB thumb drive. Then, and I didn't just go out and get 4 of these and like that's it. I don't even rely on the same technology of the same company. Then I got this, which is a Gorilla drive. This is waterproof. Pops open. It's USB. A little USB thumb drive, but it's waterproof and it's tight and it's durable as hell. Like this is heavy. Okay, you can kind of see. Like this is pretty sturdy, okay? Then, and I have a third thumb drive upstairs. I'm not even gonna bother showing that one. But then I have this, which is a 1 terabyte external hard drive that plugs in through USB, okay? So I've got all 3 of these things, and I keep them backed up. Anytime I make any significant changes or I add a new wallet or anything, I put it on all of these, okay? That way, if something happens to one, I still have the others. Better safe than sorry. When I send a transaction or I'm doing anything with any of these wallet files, I plug it into the laptop and do my business, unplug it, and that's it, and I put it all away. That's just the first step of security when it comes to cryptocurrencies, folks. Number 1 is just being over. There is no such thing as being paranoid in the crypto space. Okay, there's no such thing as being paranoid. And in the sense of like these guys, somehow these hackers got a list of all of the people who contributed to the B-Token ICO. I don't know exactly how they got this information. And, you notice I've talked about B-Token in the past, so I'm hoping that this didn't happen to some of you. But ultimately, some of these people, well, everybody basically got an email from not even a random email, but a misspelled email as well. presale_registration@thebtoken.com. You guys have to look. First of all, I don't respond to anything that emails me anything, because I know that if I'm sending transactions to a website or an ICO, it's all right there on the site. And that's it for me. One of the things, so basically people were sending, they were getting this email and they were told to send Ethereum to one of 3 different Ethereum addresses. And, and they were scammed. They were scammed. Over $1 million worth of Ethereum were sent to these addresses, all from not even a properly spelled name, like an email address. You've got to look at the details. Another big scam that goes on a lot, and you'll see these a lot on Twitter, are fake airdrops. Okay? So what these are basically, they're these companies, and they go and they set up, you know what, let me see if I can find one to give you. Crypto airdrops on Twitter. So basically, what these companies do, well, they're not even companies, whatever these hackers, whoever these scammers do, what they do is they create fake Twitter accounts that look and act with the same content, same everything as whoever they're trying to mimic. And then they put out these things like, hey, new airdropped in the next 3 hours. Make sure you get your Ethereum wallet and private keys submitted, receive 5,000 free coins, yada, yada, yada. And then people go and they go to the website, which is also fake. It's a fake website. It looks exactly like the ICO website. Most people aren't looking at the URL, that it's probably off by a letter or, whatever. Okay. You have to keep your eye on that stuff. And then they're submitting their private wallet keys. And then 30 seconds later, their wallets are completely cleaned out of anything in them. That's why you don't participate in bullshit airdrops. They're all over the place, these fake airdrops. And they'll get you, man. And it's like there are so many different scam attempts where people are trying to steal your cryptocurrencies. And look, it can really only happen if you're careless. It can really only happen if you, and I don't mean this as an insult, but if you're ignorant as to how they are done and what sort of things to look for. Okay. So this is about educating yourself. And now, oh my guys on Twitter, don't believe site links. I mean, you pick a popular cryptocurrency and there are scam attempts all over the place. So unless you're buying a coin directly from the ICO site or directly from an exchange, you're better off leaving it alone. Don't let a bunch of fake, false, just people trying to capitalize on your greed, really. And it's not even greed. I mean, who wouldn't? Like, if you come to me and you're like, hey man, if I came to you guys and I'm like, hey, you want a free Bitcoin? And you're like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, oh, cool. Well, just give me this and that and I'll send it right over. It's like a part of you wants to believe it's real. It's not. It's not. So make sure that you guys are doing your homework on this stuff because, if you receive an email, you can't trust emails either, folks. I know that it sucks, but you really can't. Look at the names. Look at the from addresses. Look at the links that you're being directed to. Chances are they're not the real site. They're not the legitimate site. You have to double check everything. Look at every letter. A lot of these scam artists, they prey on the fact that you're just going to glance at an email. That looks right. And you're not going to like this B token. I mean, look at that. You're just going to pre-sale registration of B token. Okay, cool. That looks fine to me. But unless you're really looking, you've got that's not even how you spell registration. So this is a very, very common practice, guys. And I don't want to see any of you guys losing money because you got sucked into something thinking it was legitimate and then you got burned. Hopefully that hasn't happened. Keep everything double, triple backed up. Don't keep anything on the computer you're using. Just don't. Just don't, because you never know what kind of malware you're going to be that's going to be installed on your computer. Now, I run a lot of different antivirus, malware, all that stuff, but you just never know. You just never know. So on that note, looking at the market again, since my last video a little earlier today, Bitcoin's back up, and I did buy back in. I'm like, screw it. Whatever happens. I mean, between the technological changes that are going on, with atomic swaps, with the Lightning Network and all this stuff, Bitcoin's getting ready to see some pretty drastic improvements. And I think even though Ethereum's market cap is looks to be quickly catching up, I still think Bitcoin's going to rise, man. I think Bitcoin's going to rise. And I think that there are, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get too deep into it because I'm going to be honest. I mean, I'm an ICO guy. I'm all about ICOs, and I can sit here and speculate all day, but there isn't really any amount of technical analysis, any amount of like, you just can't, just like I say all the time with you know, when I talk about Cardano and how it could hit $100 in 2018 and all that, and everybody's like, you're crazy. Look at this number and look at that number. And I'm like, you just can't judge cryptocurrency strictly based off numbers. It's so true. Like you can't account for, like, technical analysis doesn't account for the fact that the entire cryptocurrency market is based pretty much solely on speculation. And speculation is easily swayed one direction or another based off of hype, news, articles, whether they're legitimate or not, and people just freak out or they go FOMO. Like it pretty much seems to be one or the other, and you cannot account for any of that stuff in technical analysis. It's not like a regular stock market where there's a consistency to everything. There's no consistency in crypto. Like, I'm sorry, but there just isn't. It's still all too new, and it hasn't completely saturated the mainstream, not even by a hair. And so there are big swings in any direction at any time for any reason. So, you know, but look, I believe that Bitcoin is going to go up. Is it going up to 50,000? Is it going up to $1 million a coin? I highly doubt it. Do I think it could see 20 grand again? I do think so. And I think it probably will pass that this year. But I also believe that Ethereum's probably not going to be too far behind it. You know, like if Bitcoin, to me, I'm thinking if Bitcoin were to get back up to 20 grand, Ethereum's probably going to be at like 3,500, maybe 4 or 5 grand. So, you know, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to do a real long video tonight because I've done a couple things already today, but you know, I just wanted to stress how important cryptocurrency security is, guys. And I know that, like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work backing everything up on multiple platforms, and you know, just not being it's not convenient, right? But the more you grow your positions and the bigger your portfolio and the more you do in the crypto space, convenience is only going to kill you. Like, convenience is only going to kick your ass. So make sure that you're getting in proper habits now. You know, double, triple check everything. Any emails, don't pay attention to them. Airdrops, they don't need your private keys for airdrops. They can send anything they want to whatever address they want. They can go down, you know, a coin. Like if I were to launch a coin right now and everybody bought into it, and then tomorrow I said, hey, everybody, tomorrow there's going to be a big airdrop. I just send you guys tokens. I don't need any private keys to do that. So that's it. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a couple quick tips, man. Hopefully it'll help you. And there are probably some more steps, some more things that I could probably be going over, but I just kind of did this video on a whim just to try and make sure that it's in front of you guys. You know, because I feel like, especially while the market's going down, well, it's not really going down as much now. I mean, everything's kind of ticking up a little bit. The market cap's gone up about 20 billion since this afternoon. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun ride. I will tell you, 2018 really is going to be ridiculous, and I'm actually pretty excited about what's to come. Real quick, one thing that I will say, profit trailer, profit feeder. I'm going to be very honest here, and I have a lot of people say, like, you don't need feeder, you can profit just from profit trailer. You are correct. And I'm going to be very honest. When the market is like this, my bot activity with feeder is significantly less. So if you want to live dangerously, but at the same time, feeder's keeping me out of trouble. So because when the market conditions change, feeder changes everything on my system to basically say whether or not it's a good market to be buying into to begin with. So if you're wanting to live a little dangerously and just buy, you just want your bot to buy shit, then don't use feeder right now. From my experience and what I've been seeing so far, and I'm not trying to kill feeder sales, I'm not trying to kill my own sales, I'm keeping it real. I mean, I like feeder a lot in a normal market, but when everything is bearish at the moment, Feeder is just not performing. It's just not doing anything for me. It's, if anything, I feel like it's kind of costing me potential buys that it might make me a little money. Now, is it also keeping me out of bags? Yeah, because it's not buying anything, because it's basically always telling me the market's super bear, it's shit, stay out of it. Like, that's basically what Feeder's doing right now, and it's right. But at the same time, you know, I could take my Bitcoin, I could be buying some of these coins while they're down, and then as things start to turn around and start kicking up, I could be making sales right now. So, and if I were just using Profit Trailer by itself, it would likely be doing that. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, for right now, like, I'm still letting mine run because I want to see how the bot, how Trailer and Feeder reacts as the market starts to make comebacks, which I don't know. It could be a day, a week, it could be 2 weeks. I don't know. But I'm just letting it go until then. And I'm monitoring it and I'm watching it and I want to see exactly what's happening. And look, guys, like, if at any point I'm like, you know what, I don't really believe in Feeder anymore, I'm going to wipe the links and take it out, and I'm just going to tell you flat out. I still do believe in Feeder. I've watched it make me a shit ton more money in a day than I would have made without it. So I'm really not saying that. I'm just saying that for right now, if you want to live a little dangerously and you're not afraid of collecting a bunch of bags and you know, probably bags in a worse position, I will say that too about Feeder, is the bags that I have accumulated, they're not real horrible position bags. With Profit Trailer, I could very easily grab a bag and end up at negative 40+%, like in no time flat. And that's while I'm doubling down and doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Because of the nature of Feeder, in a sense, it's protecting me, because even the bags that I have are not significant in terms of, you know, like how low, how negative I am. So I will say that too for Feeder. I mean, look, it's kind of a crapshoot right now, regardless of how you look at it. So, yeah, I just wanted to give everybody an update on that. So for tonight, I'm out. I've got plenty of stuff that I'm doing. And hopefully this video helps you grow your coins and keep them safe. Folks, have a good night.